everybody, how y'all doing? Muggy's back with a chew review. Yeah, one of my favorite guilty pleasures on this planet is a good wad of chew. I just love chewing tobacco. I love it. Love it. Anyway, today, Stoker's Peach. This is the last of the Stokers from my previous order. I'm going to have to order some more. Ooh, it's terrible. Having to order more chewing tobacco to review, it just breaks my heart, you know. I'm not even reading the bag. I'm opening this. This is how anxious I am. Anyway, front of the bag. Stoker's, quality, tradition, value, chewing tobacco, peach. 16-ounce bag. Woohoo! And like my father and his father before him, I take great pride in being in the tobacco business. Since 1940, our family motto has been provide a great chew at a fair price. To continue this tradition, the finest tobacco is selected for use in our Stoker's chewing tobacco. We produce our chew in a special multi-pass process, making sure the unique Stoker's flavor soaks deep into the leaf and lasts a long time. If it does not meet our standards, then we don't ship it. I hope that you'll agree that we are still living up to our family motto. Thank you for your business, Bobby Stoker. And this is made by National Tobacco, or distributed by National Tobacco in Louisville, Kentucky. Underage sale prohibited, sale only allowed in the United States. This has 19% domestic, 81% foreign. Has their 800 number and all that fun stuff on the bottom. And yes, I tore the bag open. I did not cut it. Suit and tie. Dip and chew guy, if you ever watch this, I'm sorry. I distribute your OCD. My apologies, sir. Ooh. Wow. Peachy, peachy goodness coming out. Oh, I can sit here for 10 minutes and just smell the bag. Anyway. There's what you're looking like in the bag. All kinds of tobacco-y, gooey goodness. Now, one thing I've noticed that a lot of times when they sit like this, the ones on the top would be a little bit dry. No, dry by Stoker's standards. There's still plenty, boys. But the stuff down here is really goopy. So let me reseal the bag. These bags have a zip top. Loosen it up a little bit. You know, when I was watching reviews of this stuff early on, before I ever got my hands on some, I always thought these were plastic bags. They look plastic, don't they? They're actually the foil-lined paper that the smaller chew bags come in, the 3 ounces. I did not know that until I actually got my hands on a 1-pound bag. Loose leaf chew has very little nicotine content because they do not alkalize it. It's just the tobacco leaves soaked with all kinds of flavoring. So you just get natural tobacco content out of these leaves. On average, I would say 1 milligram per gram, give or take, half a milligram per gram. So there's your money shot. Loose leaves. Now some people say, oh, that's got stems, but actually some of the stuff that looks like stem, if you pull it out, you kind of unwad it, you actually have a big honkin' leaf. Look at that bad boy. That's not a stem, that is just a leaf. Anyway. I can't stand it anymore. Now that's a stem, but this is actually a very moist, break apart stem. So, I'm gonna throw that back in the bag. Something about having a good wad of chew in just relaxes you. Sweet peach heaven. It's got the Stoker sweetness. Enough peach is coming through. It has, I'd say, a combination artificial peach flavoring with a little bit of natural peach thrown in there. Getting the hiccups. Disrupted my breathing, getting the hiccups again. Sorry. Yeah, this stuff is delicious. All Stoker's chew is delicious. This stuff, pretty darn good too. My favorite would have to be the Red Supreme or the Red Supreme Bold. That's a good chew. Fred's Choice is pretty good. I'm pulling apart a leaf here. There we go. I mean, just look at that. Look at the glisten. Look how much stuff is on this bad boy. Huh? That is a tobacco leaf just drenched in flavor. Sometimes they're all bunched up like this and people don't really realize that there are actually big chunks of leaves in there. Pretty darn good. Not over the top peach. It's a nice mellow peach flavor, but it comes through splendidly. The sweetener is molasses based. Although there's enough peach in there, it's kind of hiding that molasses. Actually, they complement each other extremely well. Like peach and brown sugar from peach pie. Little peach cobbler action. I wonder what it would be like if I were to mix some Fred's Choice with some peach. Maybe go for like a peach cobbler or a peach pie with a dollop of ice cream on it. Because Fred's Choice is a vanilla and this is a peach. You mix the two. I did mix Fred's Choice with their wintergreen and I got a root beer chew. That was a fun experiment. So, because one of the primary ways to get root beer flavor is vanilla and wintergreen. I mixed those two together. After it separately, when I first put in, wasn't so much. When it juiced up and the flavor started mingling, it was a definite root beer hit, which is pretty cool. This, nothing but peach. Sweet peach. They're really good. I'm dabbling in merchandise. If you see the little thing there, Mikey's online shop, that's me. I got enough subscribers now that, hey, you can have a store. And I used to sell shirts and hats and stuff like that, you know, the print on demand type stuff. I did that on eBay and Etsy for a number of years. Sold some, but over there, there's just so many people selling stuff. It's just outrageous. So many people do the print on demand. This stuff is tobacco and nicotine specific. So you don't run into quite so much. They have a couple of cool shirts. They have a nicotine molecule on the front, or a nicotine molecule on the hat. You know, just a sketch of the nicotine molecule. So you can be geeky and a nicotine freak at the same time. So, got a couple. I got at least one now. There's another one I'm working on. A couple of historical photos from the National Archives. They're royalty free because they're so old. Of tobacco plantations and natives trading tobacco and stuff like that. You can be putting those on mugs and hats and whatnot too. So, if you're so inclined, check it out. If not, oh well. But yeah. Is this my favorite chew? No. But is it really good? Yes. Definitely has the peach flavor. Definitely has that sweetness factor going on. And actually, some people don't like chew because it's got that molassesy type flavor. But the peach and the molasses flavoring, they blend together really well. It's like peaches and brown sugar. So, that kind of flavor, you know, really comes through in this. I expect this flavor to last a good half hour. Stoker's, I store it in my cheek. I'm just around tooling around the yard, pull it out, gnaw on it for a while, release more flavor, throw it back in the cheek, and just keep on going. Been taking advantage of a sunny day. Got my lawn mowed. I did some aquarium maintenance. I like keeping fish. They're calming to watch them just swim around their tanks. And I've cleaned up a bunch of hats for eBay. The weather got good enough. I strung up a brand new clothesline, and it's just loaded with hats right now. Once they're done drying, I'm going to go on a listing frenzy and get my eBay store back up to full strength. The past few months, it's been rainy and I haven't cleaned many hats, and my stock's been dwindling. Not that much, though. I got like 1,200 items up right now. I usually like to have at least 1,500 to 2,000. So, do I make a lot of money on eBay? No. Do I make enough so me and my wife can go out for a weekend alone every now and then, or go out for a nice dinner? Oh, of course. Pay a bill every now and then with it? Yeah. That's my goal right now, and that's what I'm doing. If I were to get fired, I could probably go full-time eBay and make a decent living out of it. Might take me 2 or 3 months to get up to that speed, but right now it's a hobby. I don't really want it to turn into a job. Sometimes your hobbies turn into jobs, and then all the fun is gone because it becomes work. I like my hobbies just to be hobbies. Mm. This is good. I appreciate the fact that the peach is not like over the top Jolly Rancher peach. It's more of a subtle, like a combination between natural sweet peach and artificial peach. Somewhere in that range. Kind of like Skull peach dip. That's kind of what I'm getting here. But it's got that accent from the molasses, which really delves into it quite nicely. And now that I've opened the bag, oh man, I'm going to have to use all this chew. It's just terrible. It's a rough lot, but I'll accept it. I'll just have to take one for the team and chew my little heart out. Yeah, it's terrible. Yeah. Next order, I'm probably going to get some Tennessee Chew and a couple of his others. There's a moonshine blend. I might try that one. So that's probably going to be a month or two before I get more chew order. So I do have some chew inbound from one of our subscribers, so it should be in here any day now. If it hasn't arrived today, it should be here Monday. Looking forward to that. A bunch of different kinds of chew that I can't find in my area. But yeah, if you haven't tried Stoker's Peach, if you like peach, kind of like Skull peach dip, you're going to like this. If you don't like peaches, don't even bother. Look at the bag, just walk away. But if you like peaches, this is definitely worth a try. I believe this comes in 8-ounce bags as well. But the place I get them from only has them in 16s. That's terrible, I know. Anyway, if you enjoy the content, be sure to like and subscribe. I appreciate it. I have a Patreon page and a Facebook page down below in the description. Patreon is my backup measure in case YouTube ever decides to say no to my tobacco channel. Facebook page, just a place for guys to hang out. You're welcome over there. I try and pop in there several times a week, see what's going on. Right now, there's not a whole lot of action because I just got it started, so come on over, join in, post what you're dipping and chewing. Let me know how things going on in your lives. Anyway, I'm going to sit here and enjoy my nice sweet peach goodness for a while. I will let you guys go. Until next time, for a dip, chew, snooze, snuff, or alternative review, I will bid you farewell. Y'all take care.